Crypto debit and credit cards are such a useful tool if you are active in crypto. It allows you to spend your crypto without having to cash it out, and in some cases without having to tax on your crypto gains to be able to spend it. For the last year, I've basically only been using crypto cards for my day-to-day purchases, such as groceries or like Airbnbs or anything in between. Here's one of my crypto cards. This is another one. I have tried loads of them and I've researched even more. So today I'm sharing the best crypto cards out there that you should look into, and I'm sharing the specific features that sets them apart, because one card might be better for you than it is for me because of some of these specific features and utilities that I'm going to share. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comment section. But the first card I want to talk about is Kast. This is the card I've been mainly using for the past year. This is a crypto debit card. It's super easy to use and to set up. They have really low fees. They are compatible with Apple Pay and Google Pay, which makes it super easy. And if you do want to check it out, you can sign up with my referral link down below and you will get 200 Kast points, because they will be launching their token in Q1 2026, and these points contribute to their airdrop. And it will also give you a 20% discount if you decide to order a physical card. At the moment, I don't have a physical card. I only have a virtual card because I basically use Apple Pay for everything, or just like make online purchases, and therefore I don't really need a physical card. So they allow you to open a virtual card for completely free, no fees, but then you can also order physical cards in different tiers with different pricing. So this is a super popular product. They have done loads of volume. They're pretty popular. They basically have a mobile application. So the link down below will take you to that application. You just have to download it, make an account, do KYC. All of these cards do require KYC, and you do want to use the cards that do have KYC, because the ones without KYC are most of the time a bit sketchy and they normally have way higher fees. But once you are set up, you can just get a card on the app. You have the option to deposit real cash from your bank account, or what I do, just deposit stable coins, USDC or USDT, straight into the account with no fees. Right here on this website, you have a breakdown of their fees. So if you have the standard card, which is the one I have, it's completely free. You get up to 3% cash back on all of your purchases. These cash backs or rewards get given to you in terms of points, airdrop points basically. So by using the card, you will gather points for their upcoming airdrop. But with a premium tier, you get up to 7%, same with limited, and then you have a Lux. In the standard tier, you do have to pay $100 for a physical card. It's free in the premium, limited, and Lux tier. And right here, you have the fees, which are the same for all tiers. So it's completely free to deposit stable coins. That's what I'm doing, just deposit USDT or USDC. It's completely free, and card spend in USD is also free. So 0 fees in total, which is absolutely great. And one of the key benefits of this card compared to the other ones, I will show you, but the other ones do have some other features and utilities that Kast do not have that you might be interested in. But for non-USD purchases, there is a 2% transaction fee. So whenever you get the option to pay in USD or local currency in the stores, etc., you want to do USD for 0% fees, and transaction fees on Apple and Google Pay are also free, which is great. I will leave the link to this document down below. But when it comes to the easiest debit card, crypto debit card to use with the lowest fees, Kast is probably the one I would pick. So again, you get some great benefits when signing up with my link down below, so make sure to check that out. But this next card is also great for a completely different reason, and this is the EtherFi card. This is another big project, very much established, so they would be fairly safe to use. They have this complete platform where you can deposit money. They have vault, they have staking, liquid staking. But the best and biggest feature that they have that Kast do not have, that would be the main reason to use this, is this thing called borrow mode. So as the name tells you, basically this allows you to borrow money for your purchases instead of using debit. So it's basically a credit card. So with direct pay enabled, that would be the same as Kast, where you just deposit money and you spend that whenever you make a transaction. But the problem with that is that technically this is a tax triggering event, because on the back end, it sells your crypto automatically before spending it in the store, therefore triggering capital gains if you have gains on your crypto. And that's why borrow mode can be super powerful, because they offer a 4% APY, which is super low. So a 4% interest rate, which is lower than what you will find in any bank essentially. And if we look at the details, you basically have a 55% loan to value ratio. So let's say you have $1,000 worth of Ethereum on the platform, you can borrow up to $550. But if it's stable coins like USDC and USDT, you have a 90% loan to value ratio. So if you have $1,000, you can loan up to $900 with a 4% interest, and then you can just repay it whenever you want. But technically, if you have Ethereum or Bitcoin on the platform, which over time probably will return more than 4% per year, you can just keep that as collateral and keep borrowing money. You do obviously have to pay it back at some point, but it makes it a lot easier to create like an efficient tax strategy, etc. If you don't want to sell any crypto right now, you think it's going up, you can just borrow it here for a super low interest rate and then repay it whenever you want to take profit. And this is a great platform. I haven't been using this much. I have been testing it out a little bit in the last week and doing more research on it. But now that I'm kind of comfortable with the platform and how everything works, I probably will start using this more, because this borrow mode is super powerful. And this is an all-in-one platform. You do also make, I believe it's 3 or 4% cashback. You actually get cashback in the scroll token, so you will just have to manually sell that token whenever you want. You can add funds right here, convert. You see all of your transactions. Now they do also have some different tiers. I'm still in the core tier, but you get different benefits in different tiers essentially. I will leave all the documents to EtherFi as well down below, so you can do some research on your own. But when it comes to the fees, it's basically 1% across all tiers, and no matter what the purchase itself is. So obviously it's higher than Kast if you pay in USD on Kast, because then it's free, which is great, but 1% still pretty low fees. So in total, this is a great product. I would also highly recommend if you're interested in the borrow mode. Again, you can sign up with my link down below for great benefits on the platform. And as you can see here, they do also have staking and liquid, etc. You can see right here, earn with liquid. If I click on that, you can make up to 4.5% APY with liquid ETH yield vaults and staking. So you can actually borrow money at 4% and then make 5.4%. So you can actually make money by borrowing money, which is great. Again, this is a KYC platform, but all the good cards basically require KYC. But this is another amazing product that I would highly recommend. So that's kind of what I mean with different cards might suit different people better, because if you're only interested in like a debit card, Kast might be better for you. But if you are interested in a crypto credit card with a borrow mode with pretty low interest, something like EtherFi is probably better for you. And if you didn't understand the whole tax thing, it's basically just that if you're borrowing money and keep your crypto as collateral, you obviously won't be selling any crypto, so therefore it's not a tax triggering event, unlike if you use the debit card strategy. Now, last but not least, we have Nexo, which is another OG project. They have been around since like 2017. I think they launched their token back in 2019. They're a pretty popular and well-established project as well. It's basically a complete neobank. This is what their dashboard looks like. So in this case, you have some extra features as well. You can, for example, trade futures directly on their platform. You have a built-in exchange. You can see markets, etc. But obviously we're here to talk about the crypto card. And this is what it looks like. So you can actually get cashback in different tokens, which is pretty cool. You can get the Nexo token with 0.5% cashback, or actually get 0.1% cashback in Bitcoin. But the main benefit with Nexo compared to something like Kast is also their borrow mode. But this is probably better. If you spend like over $5,000 a month, something like Nexo might be good, because in their base tier, the borrowing rate is not great at like 18.9%. But if you hold over $5,000 on the platform and over 10% of that is in Nexo tokens, so like $500 worth of Nexo, you can actually get the borrowing rate all the way down to 2.9%. I haven't tried this myself. I tried depositing $5,000 just to check it out, but you still have to actually upgrade the tier and buy Nexo tokens, so I didn't end up doing that. I haven't used Nexo much myself because with Kast and EtherFi, it doesn't really make sense for me to use it. But like I said, I have researched loads of different cards and this seems to be one of the best options. You can earn between 10 and like 13% on different tokens. When it comes to the fees, it's also pretty good. Basically in EEA, UK or CH currencies, EEA is the entire EU basically. So if you're from the EU or UK, it's only 0.2% transaction fees, which is super low. But in other currencies, it's 2%, which is pretty high. But on the weekend, they add another 0.5%. Now, Nexo do also have this entire platform in their mobile application, so it's super easy to manage on your phone. They also obviously have Google and Apple Pay. So does EtherFi, if I forgot to mention that. So Nexo is kind of more like a complete neobank with integrated features, with pretty low fees and good borrowing mode if you do have more than $5,000 and want to upgrade to the highest tier. But if not, the borrowing interest rate is actually lower on EtherFi in their standard tier. So I would probably recommend EtherFi for most people, but Nexo seems like another great option. So again, if you want to check it out, you can get a welcome bonus when signing up with my link down below. Now, if you have any other crypto cards that you would want me to research and look into, do let me know down below in the comment section. If you have any questions, you can also join my Telegram and ask me in there. Some of you might be looking into the exchange cards as well, because basically all the big exchanges like Binance, ByBit, Gemini, Crypto.com, Kraken, they all have their own crypto cards as well, but normally they're not as good. They have higher fees. So these three are the best options. I would recommend Kast if you're only looking for a simple card to use in debit mode, but if you are interested in a borrowing mode as well, EtherFi is probably the best option for you. If you found any value in the video, make sure to smash a like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.